Dude, do this dance.
Not to brag, but I live by myself. I'm rich. I've been to more than 50 countries already. My family's with me. My hair's thick. I own a car and I don't bite my nails. My name is Yara. Nice to meet you. All of the above were facts except that I daydream them all. Even though daydreaming is such a common subconscious activity that our brain does, it can get significantly worse and cause developing of what it's called maladaptive daydreaming. And I hope I'm pronouncing this right because like that would be embarrassing. Maladaptive daydreaming, MD, is a condition where a person engages in intense, elaborate daydreams that are so immersive they interfere with their daily life and functioning. We don't want that. But you can't really diagnose yourself with it, as well as it's also not considered a medical condition or disorder yet, as far as I know. It is better to just be cautious and alert of where your head will lead you, just to know when exactly to prevent it. And just for that, I am here for you and for me. And this is why we're all here. You and me both are gonna go through some tips on how to stop daydreaming or help with it a little bit. But first, why don't we just go through some advantages and disadvantages of this process? No, actually, first thing first that I'm gonna ask you guys, just a little favor. Please subscribe to this channel and let me know what you think of this video by the end of it. Thank you. Let's just go through some pros first. It helps your brain visualize, set up goals, picture them, validate them, helps you be more clear about the steps that you gotta do towards that goal and about your actions to achieve something. You see, I'm not a psychology expert at all, but it's definitely been multiple times that I've heard of some therapist or something like over TikTok or YouTube that you need to visualize. You do need to visualize everything that you want to achieve in this life, visualizing the emotions that you want to feel, visualize the environment that you want to have. So if therapists recommend that, we can do that as well. We can just be more confident about daydreaming in general. And allegedly, one of the reasons why they recommend doing that specifically is because your brain cannot differ reality from fantasy. So whatever you picture in your head could technically be your reality, just because your brain cannot differ shit. Number two, it helps you distract from your environment completely. In the moments when I needed it, my own head was always there for me. I could picture whatever I wanted to picture, and you can do it too. You can picture yourself anywhere in the world with anyone in the world doing anything in the world. It actually saves you some money for a therapist because you don't need anything, just your own head and a little bit of imagination. I'm actually joking, it doesn't replace the actual work of a therapist. I'm only here for jokes, okay? Don't blame me. But when it comes to this specifically, it seems like you don't need anyone's assistance, just to be in your head and focus on something that you want to focus on, to come up with scenarios that you want to have in your life. And it also helps you with the stress relief. It's kind of like a coping mechanism of some kind. If you're going through some stressful episode in your life, dreaming about something that you would like to experience instead is actually a good medication. It keeps track of your progress, meaning once the goal of yours is set, you can track and compare how much progress has been made, how much you've changed throughout this process, and it can also make you feel more motivated because you're working towards something. Fourth, my personal experience, it helps you be optimistic. If you're already daydreaming, it's hard to believe that you're actually dreaming of something bad or negative. If you let your thoughts go that far to create a dream, it gotta be positive, right? Gotta worth it. So even if reality of yours is far away from the one that you imagine or keep imagining, just the consistent presence of those dreams help you get a grip when needed. Kind of like prevent you from thinking that you're going nowhere, that your life is meaningless and stuff like that. No, because you keep thinking of what you want to have in life, and that can be meaningless. Maybe there's even more to bring up, but I've just decided to highlight these ones. Why don't we bring up some constant? There are actually a couple of them that makes you actually think of it for a little longer and even contemplate whether it's worth it or not. It doesn't let you enjoy the current moment in your life. Our goal could be that far away that it might cause your brain to skip through. It's kind of like the ad before a video that you're gonna watch. You're skipping it. You're not looking into it. It's the same thing here. You're not enjoying the current second of your life because you know that there's more colorful life in the future. And you have to agree, it's very common to say, once I have this, I'm gonna be happy. Once I do this, once I say it, once I accomplish this construction of once I do blank, I'll be happy is exactly what I'm talking about. You can actually forget how, if not happy, but maybe satisfied you are in this specific moment. Two, it may interfere with your basic routine. For me personally, it takes away a lot of time of mine before I have to edit a video, like right before I sit down at a computer to edit. That's when daydreaming kicks in. But also something that I have, and I know a lot of people have it too, you create scenarios in your head before going going to bed. It takes away your sleep. Your brain cannot fully rest, cannot fully turn off. It is working on the scenarios that you're trying to create in your head. Not going way too far from this, it can actually may cause you losing focus. Again, on your real-time activities, maybe routine stuff, whatever you're planning to do. Like for example, if you're planning to work or if you're trying to study and simultaneously you're trying to daydream, your brain cannot really focus on two things at the same time and perform at its fullest. Same thing with me and that editing part that I've told you. Like right before I have to do it, my brain out of touch with everything. Not to be a hypocrite, I've actually talked about this before. I have a video on this channel. I was talking about old habits that ruined my 2024 and some new habits that I want to incorporate in 2025. And one of them was to stop daydreaming. Have I actually stopped?
No.
It wasn't that I was just making a video just to make a video. I was actually trying to get rid of this habit. Why, you may ask? Because I watched another video of another girl on why daydreaming is actually bad for you, which I hope I'll find this video. But the girl was explaining that the more you daydream, the more distance you set up between your reality and your actual goal. And two of those things, like daydreaming being a good thing, but at the same time not really good, actually make me feel bipolar. Yes, it is good to reduce your daily dreaming a little bit, but at the same time, it is your softest pillow mental support. What do I do then? We got to a point where we're going to talk about tips on how to avoid daydreaming. First and foremost, figure out your triggers. Something that actually pushes your brain into daydreaming more. Could be TikTok, music, my case, movies, some new places, some old places that make you feel nostalgic, car drives, bus drives. Also my case, try to think exactly why you do it once you catch yourself doing that. Is it because you're stressing out? Is it because your brain is bored? Is it because you have too much stuff to do or too little stuff to do? As I've said, music and bus drives, something that it's very common and very accessible for me. It happens every single time. Those two are my biggest triggers ever. It doesn't necessarily mean that once you figure out what those triggers are, you have to completely eliminate them. But just in case, if you want to focus on something without daydreaming interfering it, you'll be aware of what exactly to step away from. Another little note, which I guess could be considered as a tip, do not rush to label yourself with some mental issues. Daydreaming, obsessive daydreaming specifically, sometimes gets confused or gets considered as ADHD or OCD or other mental issues. But if you suspect that daydreaming is actually interfering your life a little too much, maybe it is worth to go and see the specialist, but don't diagnose yourself with that. Now we can move on to some practical tips. Get a notebook. Less realistic but aesthetic, if that's what you prefer. I suppose it is to help your brain to like fully focus on putting your dreams into words and dedicating some time into writing stuff, so you wouldn't be carrying all those thoughts around for the whole day or more. An interesting thing that I saw on Reddit regarding this, somebody said that since they used to dream up stories, they started to channel all of them into the writing, and now they almost finished a whole book. So that's kind of the advice that this person has. If you tend to obsessively daydream, turn it into an actual story. Think of characters, think of a plot, and write this down as this is a book. This is a real story that you want to tell other people. It can actually work if you're not lazy and actually dedicated to work on your daydreaming habit. Give yourself a specific timing for daydreaming only. A 20 minutes window, 1 hour window, 5 minutes window, whatever your case, whatever's more suitable for you. I don't know, that could work on me because like my little tricky, clever brain will let itself think outside of this curfew, has this time limit, but it is effective in order to gradually reduce the time that you spend on daydreaming. So for example, one time you spend 20 minutes, next day you spend 15, then 10, 5, 2, and ideally you fully get rid of this habit. Okay, let me be a Disney Channel for a second. Learn some sports. This is an actual thing that other people do recommend doing. Rule number 1, not to be lazy. Again, I'm already out. Not that I'm not planning to do sports just because it's sports, but I just feel like I'm not that interested, or it's not that urgent for me to like do some sports just in order to get rid of the habit. But if you're already doing some sports, or if you're planning to, that's a good idea. That's a good idea to consider. You now have even more motivation. You now have even more motivation to go. Last but not least on my list is reading. Corny as fuck, I know that. It's something that I've actually underestimated so much, because not only it helps you with daydreaming, it helps you with your attention span. I don't do it often though, but the way I do it, I try to read right before bed. I understand that it's not really healthy if you think about it. Your brain needs to fully rest, but it's still better than scrolling through TikTok, YouTube, whatever that could be. Your brain is fully engaged in a story, you do not have an option to daydream. You don't have to make it difficult though. The book that I'm currently reading, literally, everybody has read this already, but not me. Am I the only one who goes through pages that have been already read? Like, I just feel so proud. Yeah, my point was that you don't need a difficult book to start with. This is actually a love story novel. You don't need a detective book. You don't need like a philosophical one either, unless that's what you really want. That would be all for now. I am more than sure that there are more things to help you with daydreaming. Maybe you know one that I didn't bring up. You can let me know in the comments down below. I was just trying to make this video as compact as possible, just to not make this video an hour long. I hope both of us will be able to just eliminate and reduce the time that we spend on daydreaming and enjoy some moments in our life a little more. Thank you so much for making it this far. Thank you for tuning in as always. And as I asked you in the beginning, please subscribe to this channel. Please let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.